In this piano tutorial, we'll be learning the song There Is None Like You in the key of F major, and this song was requested through the comment section, so feel free to leave any song requests down below. And like always, I'll be going through this song, sharing my approach, sharing some gospel or jazz chord substitutions, as well as passing chords, okay? So let's start off with the basic chords to the song, and something that you're going to notice is that the bass or the left hand basically just goes down the major scale, in this case the F major scale, right? And then in the second part of the song, it goes down the chromatic scale starting from the F, right? Chromatic just means that it goes down by half steps, so from F to E, down to E flat, D, D flat, C, right? So let's start off with the basic chords. We start off on the 1. There is none. Then we play a 5/7. None like you. Then a 4/6, right? Some people play it just as a regular 6, but that's an option we have, right? We can substitute either the 4 or the 6. So there is none like you. Then we play a 1/5, right? F over C. Then we play a 4 chord, B flat, no one else. Then we go back to that 1/3, right? Over here we played a 1/5. Over here we're playing a 1/3, which are basically just inversions for that 1 chord. So no one else can touch my heart. Here we play a 2 chord, which is a G minor. And then from here, to get back to the 1, we basically just play a 2-5-1 progression, right? We play the 2, my heart like you do, the 5, and then we're back to the 1. And then in this part of the song, instead of going down down the major scale, we're going to go down chromatically, okay? And I want you guys to pay attention to the left hand to see how we go down chromatically. And we basically start off on the 1. I can search for all eternity. So we played a 1, then a 5/7, then a 1/flat7 or an E flat, right? Which is basically just an inversion for a F7, okay? So then we play a 4/6. Then we make it a minor 4 over a flat 6, right? A B flat minor over this D flat or C sharp. And then we're back to this 5 or this 1/5, F over C. There is none. Then a regular 5 or a sus5. None like you. And then we're back to the 1 chord, okay? So those are the basic chords to the song. But like always, I like changing up the harmony slightly, and we can explore different ways to approach the chords of this song or any other song with similar progressions, okay? So let's start off on the 1. We can change up the voicing or the extensions that we include on the 1, for example. If we want to make it slightly dissonant, we can play like this, an F major 13, right? There is none like you. Now in this part, what I like to do, instead of playing just straight from the 5/7 to the 6, I like including different passing chords, so it sounds something like this. All I did here was include the 7/3-6 progression, but the 7 in this case is being substituted by a 5/7, right? Usually the 7 is played as a half diminished, like this, an E minor 7 flat 5, or just a G minor over E, right? It would sound something like this with that chord. But I feel like it sounds better with just the 5/7. So there is none like The 3 in this case is an A minor 7, like you. And then we land on the 6, which is an D minor 7. Or we can even make a D minor 11th chord like this. So once again. Now from here, usually we go back to the 5/1 and then to the 4. But again, we can include even more passing chords. And in this case, what I want to do is go around the circle of 4s, right? I want to get from the 6 to the 4 by going around the circle. All this means is that I'm going to go up by 4s. So I start from the 6 to the 2, then the 5, then the 1, and then we get to the 4, right? And usually this progression right here, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, is played like this, right? If we start from the beginning, 6, 2, 5, 1, and then a 4, okay? But the way that I want to play it is by using some different extensions, okay? So from this 6, I'm going to go to the 2, but I'm going to voice it in this way, right? It's a slightly different way, a different sounding 2, right? With a couple of alterations. But in reality, all I'm thinking when I'm playing this chord is I'm playing an A major add 2, or simply just an A major over a G with the dominant 7, okay? And the reason why I explain it this way is so that you can be able to play it in any other key, right? Let's say we're forming it in C. All we do is play C, it's dominant 7th, then we look at the note that is 2 half steps up from C, which is D, and we play a D major in the right hand, right? Or a D add 2 in the right hand. And it gives us that sound, okay? But let's see how it plays out in this progression, right? Okay, so as you saw there, I played the same exact progression, right? That 2, or that 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, but I played it differently. I played a 6, I went to this 2, and then from here, I went to the 5, which I voice as a C minor 11th. And the reason why I choose this, it's sort of following that theory or concept of voice leading. I basically tried to move as less as possible. So I went from this 2, and then I went to the 5. And if you pay attention to my right hand, all I did was bring each note and half step up, okay? And my left hand just went to a C minor to give us that 5. And that gives us that C minor 11th, or yeah, C minor 11th, okay? And then from this 5, I went to the 1, and usually the 1 is voiced something like this, an F7, 9, but I decided to voice it like this, an F13th, which is basically just an F with the dominant 7th, the 3rd, the 6th, and the 9th, okay? And then from here, the most common way to approach the 4 is by bringing all of these notes on the right hand 2 half steps down and just playing the 4, right? And that gives us that B flat 6, 9. So 1, 4. Okay, but it's up to you how you want to voice these chords, okay? So no one else can touch my heart. Now from this section, right, we landed on the 4. There is none like you. No one else. The next chord is a 3 chord, which I actually voice just as an F major add 2 over A, right? This is a drop. I guess you can call it a drop 3 chord because we dropped this A from here down an octave. So no one else can touch. Then we went to the 6. So instead of just staying on that 3, we use the 6 as a passing chord. And if you want to make it more jazzy, we can include an altered chord instead of just a minor 7, right? We can make it something like this, which is a D7 sharp 9 sharp 5, right? D, the dominant 7, the major 3rd, the sharp 5, and the sharp 9 over here, right? So no one else can touch my heart. Now in this part, the original I think plays a minor 2, right? My heart like you do, then back to the 5 and then a 1. But I like playing it as a major or dominant 2, right? My heart like you do. And the reason why I play it like this, it's because this B, it wants to resolve to the next, the closest note, which is a C, right? And it sort of sounds better from, instead of going from this B flat to this C, this B to the C, it sort of follows that natural flow, okay? So my heart like you do. Okay, so we went from this dominant 7, my heart like you do. Now this chord is sort of a combination of 2 chords, right? I'm playing a C sus4 in combination with a B flat minor 6, right? In this case, I'm omitting the 5, which is the F, but we can include it as well, okay? And then we're back to the 1. So once again, and then we're back to the 1. No, and I can search for. In this case, the way that I like to play it is starting on the 1. Then we play a C7 over E. So da, 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 da. A C, an F over E flat. Da, 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 da. And then here, instead of going down from the 6 to the B flat minor over C sharp and then down to the F over C, what I do is this, okay? Right, so instead of going to this B flat minor, what I did is include a passing chord. All I did was play this A minor basically over a G, and then I bring down the G and the E down a half step, right? And that gives me that diminished chord, which I use as a passing chord to land on the 2. There is none like you, and then we're back to the 1, right? 2, 5, 1. So all together. So we played this B flat and drop 2 voicing, right? We dropped D down an octave, and then we played the passing chord. Then a 2, 5, and then we're back to the 1, right? And that's basically the whole song. I know there's another portion of the song, but we're going to leave this lesson up to here. And what I want to do now is play the whole song without any interruptions. And I'll leave a MIDI link to this section of the video down below if you want to support the channel. And hopefully you're able to learn something extra from this section of the video.